Also, in a recent episode of the Mind the Game podcast, LeBron James Steve Nash showed our very own Gilbert Arenas and Russell Westbrook some love. Let's take a listen.
Seeing guys like Russell Westbrook and, Gilbert Arenas, guys coming out of college, UCLA, Arizona, Gil came off the bench.
Right.
Darren Collison was a starting point guard at UCLA before Russ got an opportunity. But when you talk about things that cannot be denied,
right.
When they were on the court or you saw them, it was something that had, when we talk about the it factor.
Yeah.
Gil had the it factor.
Belief.
He had the belief in himself. He had the it factor. Every time he touched the court, you was like, oh shit, this guy's special.
Yeah.
This guy's special. Every time Russ stepped on the court, oh, this guy's special. Right. We've never seen anything like this. Right. Like it's like as soon as he get on the court, it's a missile.
Right.
And that's the beauty of the game sometimes, where you able like those, I don't want to say diamond in the roughs, but I mean you look at Gil, I think he was a second round pick.
Right.
So, Gil, when you hear LeBron, Steve Nash, two of the greats to play the game, 2 MVPs, giving yourself love, saying you had the it factor.
That's the hundo right there. Between the two of them, 100. 54, 46, hundo. That's the hundreds, you feel me? Call them the hundreds. Nah, I mean, that's, most of our accolades that we do accept are from our peers. Right, because they're watching us, they're scouting us, they're watching film on us. Right, they're playing against us in real time to know how good we really are. You know what I mean? So, these two that I played against, very high level games against, I really do appreciate, I appreciate, the kind words, For me, being in the second round, I knew I was at least top 15 player that draft, but, when I started the NBA, I wasn't ready. I can tell you that I wasn't ready. And it took me some time to watch the game, study it, watch players, and then realize what my gift is and was versus theirs, right? Versus instead of just looking at what I didn't have, right? I didn't have the vertical, I didn't have the height. You're right, so it's like, okay, I'm a shooting guard, but I'm good enough to be a point. I can play the point. I'm faster than most of these points. I'm just as strong. This is my lane. Let me try to study on how to be this, this version of it. And then from there, it's just, just studying the game itself and understanding rules, human behavior, and just crafting, my talent. But the it factor, like, being a guy who was confident, that just came from me just training and just.
Yeah, I was about to say, where did that come from?
Just training. If I sit in the gym from 9 a.m. to motherfucker 12 at midnight, doing these moves all day, if I walk into a gym and I'm not confident, just sit there, there's no point of being there. I done sat in this bitch playing adult league, you know what I mean? Crossed over, motherfucker. The confidence comes with doing it over and over, right? Like if reps do matter, right?
That do.
Reps do matter.
It does.
And I'm pretty sure if you just think about it, there was a play in college that you did that said, oh, I'm the number one player in the motherfucking country. Even before you was the number one player in the country. There was a play that somebody did something, you did a spin, motherfucker, monkey dunked on somebody, then came down, grabbed it out of the air, came down through assist, bitch bow. There's something that made us be like, yeah, all right, I'm him. Right? And then from there, once you get that feeling, you just capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So you need the reps though.
So King, was there a play in college or a moment in college or a point in college where you were like, oh, I'm that dude, like nobody's on my level?
Well, one before my senior year, but one during my senior year. Playing in the World University Games, we went to Spain. Mm-hmm. I led that team in scoring and rebounding. It was supposed to be the best people in college basketball, allegedly. I got back to the gym. I got back to Cincinnati, and it was like a light bulb went off. And then we played DePaul, and we down 17.
Yeah. That's when you went maniac mode, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, was that team, DePaul? Did they have like Krim Richardson on them?
Yep.
Had a squad.
Our scouts in the
Pearson.
building. Yes. Bobby Simmons,
Bobby Simmons, how about say?
Stephen Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a squad. But yeah, we were down 17, man. But no, yeah, so Gil is right, man. Once you figure that out, man, and you're able to put that time in and once your peers recognize what you are doing, there's no better reward for your craft, what you did, man. Like for somebody that you battle with, played in the playoffs against this man before, and for them to recognize the work that he put in, and no, it's,
Like even with Jermaine O'Neal yesterday, when he was surprised you didn't have a defense. Yeah, I mean, all defensive team, you're like, none. Wait, what?
yeah.
That right there, that lets you know that.
But finished top 10 in Defensive Player of the Year voting one year, which I'm still baffled by how you were. But that's, these are just things I see.
Wait, what?
So finished 9th in Defensive Player of the Year voting.
And you didn't. How's that even possible?
Was it because they made my positions or some shit like that?
Probably
Oh,
was still
yeah.
positioned.
It was, but still, it just not 1 year.
Yeah, but that said it all when he said it. Like he was surprised that you didn't because he has to play against you.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more of a peer thing than versus.
Yeah, he came. I'm saying he was in year 4 when I came in, right? So
Yeah, because he had 90 CF.
yeah, that was.
But he was in the
2000.
league the whole time you were in
Yeah,
college.
so they got drafted. So this is how shit works, right? People don't understand like my progression in college and J.O. progression, Kobe progression in the league. We all came out of high school in 1996, right? They went to the league. I went to college. I had to go to college. Wasn't that good. Each year I got better. Each year they got better. By the time my senior year came around, which is year 4 for them, I was consensus National Player of the Year. So I just as good, but I was raw. Like them dudes were skilled. I didn't have the skill set to go play in the NBA at 18 years old like they did, 17. I didn't have it. I got better at, because I already had I played hard all the time, so that was off the table.
Yeah.
So it was just get better every year. So in their regard, them dudes was all-stars by year 4. I'm the first pick and consensus National Player of the Year, the best player in college basketball by my 4th year. So this is what the things that you need to work, like this is getting better, right? This is locking in, and I have to get better. I'm going to get better and putting that time. And like you said, the reps. Before my senior year, I didn't touch the rim. I didn't dunk the basketball not one time.
That's what you need.
That summer, I didn't dunk the basketball. When I came back from Spain, I shot all jump shots.
Oh shit.
Didn't
Do they still do that? Like
What?
what you did? You said you
World
went to
University
Spain?
game?
Yeah.
I don't know if they still.
I know. I mean, they still do all of the U18,
Yeah,
U16,
okay.
all that.
So they
stuff.
just changed the names of it, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
But yeah, it was that. But yeah, I didn't. So I knew I need to shoot the ball, right? So didn't go to the draft. They need to see more from me offensively. All right, cool. All jump shots, old school shit.
Old school.
Elbow to elbow, nigga.
elbow.
Threes, spot threes.
God,
Like I didn't make my
That's
first
how I
three to
started
that DePaul game that I speak of. I didn't shoot a 3 until then.
damn.
4 years of all that, my first 3 was my senior year. All the work I had put in, all that shit. We down 17. Nigga, let me bring this bitch out now. Hey now, shit, listen.
And, Swaggy, let's shift over to your side. Coming out of Cleveland High School in the Valley, not a heralded basketball program. We just keeping it real. But when did you know you had that it factor and eventually turn yourself to a first-round pick? Obviously made a poor college decision with USC. We forgive you for that. Those things happen. But
Shit, I'd say second half of my freshman year at USC. When I
What you said at USC?
I didn't play basketball until my junior year, remember? Yeah. So I was just street balling. So, but like at USC, I didn't start right away, even though I should have. But the Craven twins was there, and the fucking yeah. So they were starting. Then Bibby got fired. You know, once the new coach came in, put me in, and I won team MVP that year.
who took it? Was that Kevin O'Neal? Who took over for him? Sia.
Tim Floyd,
Boy, okay.
my dog.
Your dog, Tim Floyd.
Yeah. freshman.
Oh no, Bibby old school. He ain't really playing.
Yeah, he didn't let me play at first. That shit was.
Shit, it's very
You know, you
Mike
couldn't
Bibby went to
transfer
U of
then.
A. He got
You
transferred.
couldn't transfer, so I'm just sitting there mad and shit like that.
Sit out.
I got fired after the 4th game, though.
Damn.
Blessing.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, G.
Oh, y'all are unbelievable.
Lord, please get this thing out of here.
All right, well, let's keep this thing moving. NBA Finals talk.